Hello everyone, I hope you guys are doing well. Today we are going to discuss in detail about Turnitin. If you are a lecturer or a teacher and you want your students to send assignments on Turnitin, how you can do that and what are the settings that you can actually implement on Turnitin so that the student can submit an assignment and you can check the plagiarism. Okay, so first of all, you need a email ID and the password from your institution so that you can log in. So then when you have your when you have your email ID and the password, you can log into the system. So once you're login, so you're going to see this kind of an interface in which you can see that right now we are here as an instructor. Okay, so we have an option for English if you want to change the language. So by default is in English. For example, if you need to change it for Spanish, for Dutch, or for Italiano, or for any other language, you can choose it from here. Okay, so if you want to make a new assignment, first step you need to do is you have to make a new class for the students. So then once you get the login on the main page, you're going to you have to click on this page, add class, and then the first option is the class is the standard or the masters. Then you can put the class name. For example, I'm just entering the name as a test class. Then you have the enrollment key for this class. So right now, for example, I'm going to use for testing purposes, I'm going to use this enrollment key. Then you can enter the subject areas. For example, if the students are from computer science, programming, engineering, or any foreign language, or political science, or biology, or philosophy, or music. So here I'm going to put computer science programming, and students level, they are undergrad, grad, postgrad, or career and technical. So I'm going to put the undergraduate here. And then you're going to, because today is 1st Jan 2025, so the date is by default. You cannot put the date from the previous date here for the class start date. So it's by default. And then for example, if your class is for 1 semester or for 2 months or 3 months, then you can put the class end date here. So right now we are just testing it, so it will be till October, or it will be till July, for example, and I'm just going to put the date of like 30th July. And then you're going to submit. You're going to click on submit. So make sure that you must remember this, the class name and the key, enrollment key, because you have to share this class name and the key with your students so that once they sign up with the Turnitin account, then they're going to enroll in this specific class by enrollment key. If you don't remember the enrollment key, then you can your students cannot join your class. So this is a very important step. So you have to remember the class name, and you also have to remember the enrollment key. Okay, and then you can click on submit, and okay, so then it will show you this message. So you have the class ID and the enrollment key. So the most important thing here are these two, class ID and the enrollment key, these two parameters, because when you are going to share these two parameters with your class, then they're going to enroll in this class by class ID and enrollment key. So you can store them, and you have to store them. So just for this case, I'm just saving this in my sticky notes. Okay, so this is our class ID and this is our enrollment key. Okay, then you can click on the continue. So now once you have the class, Then the second step is to make an assignment for the students. So then you have to click on, you have to go to the main page. Then like when you log in, it's the page where you're once you log in, you will land on this page. So then you have to click on test class button, and then you have to click on add assignment. And after that, there will be a new page here, and in which you are going to set the different parameters for your, like the date and other parameters. So okay, so then your first input parameter is you're going to input the assignment title. For example, this is, we are going to use the test assignment number 1, and then you are going to put here the instructions for the assignment, and then submit papers to. If you, this is the most important thing that you have to worry about. Okay, so submit papers to. Do not store the papers. Do not store the submitted papers. If you don't want the papers, or if you don't want your assignments to be stored at the Turnitin server or the repository, then you have to select this option. Like for example, if you are writing a research paper and then you want somebody and then you want to check the plagiarism, so you have to select this option, because otherwise if you are writing a research paper and if you want to check the plagiarism, and this is this input parameter is if it's on standard paper repository, then your paper will be stored in the repository, and then you cannot delete that paper from there. Okay, then you have to contact your university, and then you have to contact the Turnitin team, and then they can do it, but it will take long time and probably it's not possible. So make sure that if you don't want your research paper, or if you don't want your assignment to be stored in the repository, then you must select this option. And then we have the optional settings here. So allow submission of any type, like the student can submit the PDF or .docs file. Allow late submission. If you don't want your students to late submission, then you can untick it. Similarity report, so generate report on the due date. For example, we have like 3 options: generate reports immediately, student cannot resubmit. So once the student submitted the assignment, then there is no option that they are going to resubmit it. So then another option is generate reports immediately, student can resubmit until due date. Like if you want your students to submit like 3 times or maximum, like in one day, the server allows 3 submissions, and after that the report, the plagiarism report, will be shown to the students after 24 hours. So if you want the multiple submission from the students till due date, then you can select this option, and then generate reports on due date, student can resubmit until due date. If you want your students to submit to do the multiple submission, then you can select this option. Okay, so enable translate matching, allow students to view similarity reports, bibliography materials. Usually if you untick this option and you have references or bibliography in your assignment or research paper, then it will show you the plagiarism in your references or bibliography. So make sure that you must untick this you must tick this option. Okay, exclude quoted materials, exclude small sources. Okay, and then we have student paper, then repository, that where you want your submission to actually check. So it will check the similarity with student papers. It will check with current and archive website content. It will check with periodical journals and publications. So, and then you have, for example, here you can enter the max grade, the marks of your assignments, and then you can input the start date and the end date of your assignment, and then the feedback, release, once the feedback is done, then it will be released on this specific date, and you can also select the specific time as well. And if you want the assignment in a very specific template, then you can also upload the template, and you can also create the template as well. So once all the settings are done, then you can submit this, and then you will be having an option. And okay, so once it's done, then you can go to the main page, and so that you can see here, this is the name of the class that we entered. This is a test assignment number 1. This is the start date, this is the end date, and this is the post date. And then here you're going to see the submissions. Like if like 10 students or 15 students have joined your class, then the submissions are here. So then you can see the actions, that what kind of because right now we don't have any students, so we cannot see anything here. Then you can also edit the assignment. You can add the peer mark assignment. Then you can email the non-submitters by using Turnitin, and you can also delete this assignment as well. So if you have any questions regarding this tutorial, feel free to ask in the comment section, and also do follow for more special videos. Thank you.